Go ahead and call the meeting in order, start with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now is approval of today's agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Lance, I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any question? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes of 12/11/2024.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of December 11th, 2024.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now is approval of claims for payment of 12/18/2024.
We'll make a motion to approve the claims for payment.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. I have is consideration to approve the change in the date of the board meeting scheduled for January 1st, 2025 to December 30th, 2024.
Lance, I'd make a motion to change the date from January 1st to December 30th, 2024. At 9 AM in the large conference room of Hardin County Courthouse.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve amended. Consideration to approve amended Iowa Rivers Edge Phase 3 agreement between Hardin County and Schneider and Associates, Inc.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended Iowa Rivers Edge Phase 3 agreement between Hardin County and Snyder and Associates.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Deb?
I'll just clarify that there was a timeline, decision made on that so that we can collect the grant dollars in accordance to the rules. And so we just wanted to make sure rather than just initialing off on that, I wanted to resubmit it to you folks so that you saw the exact timeline, how they amended the agreement. And so it's basically the same, just timelines and in accordance with collection of the grant dollars. So,
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
okay, yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve utility permit UT 24028 for Midland Power Co-op.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve UT 2428 for Midland Power Co-op to bore a new underground line in the right of way to a new building on UU Avenue.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
This is the Perry Ag edition.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration to acknowledge the recorder's report for November.
We'll make a motion to acknowledge the receipt of the recorder's report for the month of November 2020.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now I have is a change of status.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the change of status for William Rahm in the sheriff's office at a salary rate of $37.32 an hour, effective January 8th. This is his union increase.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Other business, I got IFADC, Mark, come on up. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
Mark.
morning.
So we were notified that Iowa Falls received the Rural Housing Readiness Assessment Grant, which IFADC coordinated, and we're going through the process of a community survey now. That's actually just wrapping up. And we had over 800 surveys completed, so we felt pretty good about that. And we have our first meeting of the Housing Committee, which was established by the City Council on January 14th. So we'll start looking at ordinances and other things that we can do to help improve housing in Iowa Falls. I've been conducting business visits as part of our business retention and expansion efforts. So I visited with Zosky Electric, Cam Spray, King Construction, Natural Recycled Proteins, Cargill, Iowa Select, Campbell Supply, Central Iowa Fab, Quick Start, Dale Howard Auto, Builders First Source, and Seaboard Foods over the course of the last couple of months. So we continue to get out and visit with them as much as we can, just trying to see how our existing businesses are doing and if there's anything we can do to assist them in their operations. We had our third class in our business workshop series, which was titled Positivity at Work, and we had a great turnout. Maxed out our number of registrations we were able to accept. We had over 40 people registering for the event, so our classroom was full. I did receive a lead for a sustainable aviation fuel project, to which we responded, but then we did find out later that that project has been put on hold. We did have an RFI for a livestock harvesting processing plant. We did not respond because the wastewater requirements were more than we could provide. We had another RFI for another livestock harvesting facility, and again, could not respond. The utility requirements just far exceeded our capacity to provide. It was a huge project. I met with Strand Associates, engineering firm out of Ames, and they put together a list of our industrial sites, both the pros and cons to development, as well as where the infrastructure is located in proximity to those sites. So we have one site that we believe shows some promise because the utilities are very close. So we're going to go ahead and do a little marketing on that site and see how that goes. Top Flight Grill and God Fuel Restaurants have both opened in Iowa Falls, so hopefully you've had a chance to stop by and try some of their cuisine. The entrepreneur that I helped find a building for continues to make progress. He's finished the exterior painting and is now working on some remodeling to the interior. Once completed, they will open up V and Company Design in that location. No date has been set for the opening yet. We've been approached by an entrepreneur startup that wants to build a new building for processing poultry in Iowa Falls. They received approval from Planning and Zoning, Board of Adjustment, and City Council. Now we're just waiting through the financing on that and hopefully start construction this spring. So we'll see how that goes. We did close on the sale of one of our spec homes. The Sherman Street house sold last Friday, so that one's off the book. We have one more to go. The labor shed study for Iowa Falls and Hardin County continues to progress, though it's been delayed. We do not expect to see the final until sometime after the new year. I've been working with a small business that's looking to put up a shop and locate in Iowa Falls. They have secured a piece of property, purchased that property, and pricing buildings at this time. I assisted Hometown Grocery in Hubbard with passing along some grant information and getting Region 6 to help them with a grant application. It's for some technology upgrades in their operation. So the grant right now is in the hands of the Iowa Economic Development Authority awaiting approval. So we'll see if it gets funded. It's basically going to replace their checkout scanners and some back office equipment. They're running on Windows 7 yet, so they needed some upgrading. The Princess Grill and Pizzeria project continues to make some slow progress. The architect has completed their process and everything is now in the hands of the Iowa Economic Development Authority waiting for review and approval. Once approved, Region 6 can submit for the environmentals, which is a public comment period. And once that's approved, then the city will get the funds and we can go out for bid for the remodel in the second floor of Princess Pizzeria and Grill. That's what I've got.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
On infrastructure, are there plans, short or long-term, Mark, for upgrading the sewer and water system? So some of these other projects could be in play. Is that something that we can coordinate with to look at infrastructure grants?
Yeah, the Iowa Falls City Council is moving forward with a new wastewater treatment facility. That itself is a long process.
Right.
That's about a 5-year process. They're at the point right now where they're trying to acquire property to build a new plant on because they're landlocked where they're at.
Right.
They can't just
Expand.
right. And they have they've got one new well that will come online in the spring. And then they have drilled 2 test wells that would replace two of our aging wells, which are over 100 years old. So they are making some progress, but some of these projects are just huge.
Right.
And the infrastructure that they're requiring is just off the charts.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I was just curious because it seems, I mean, yeah, like you said, they are somewhat limited by just the wastewater is
Mhm.
probably the biggest limiting factor
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So, okay, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Any other business? Public comments? None? I can go to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.